Going on YouTube, we about to get into some Life is Feudal. Let's test it out. Been tweaking with my settings, so if anything is off, just hit me up in the chat and let me know. It's been like 2 years since I've done anything with streaming, so I'm in and out of this OBS. Had some updates, I tweaked some stuff with my son. We're gonna listen to Sean Bean introduce us to Life is Feudal.
With tears. I see the star of our hopes, the Emperor who once brought peace and prosperity to our house, who built a powerful empire and united tribes from all walks of life. I see an epoch of overall happiness, and now that all lies in ruin. The old gods had arisen. Brothers picked up arms against brothers. Mankind clung to each other's throats, ruled by a state of anarchy. And Mother Nature took her revenge by showering plague and famine upon us. Evil is walking in this world, leaving nothing but dead cities and pillaged settlements behind. The land is lifeless and barren. But maybe there is life on that distant, forgotten land, where only few once dared to venture, those whom we would once call madmen. You are one of these madmen now. What destiny awaits you? Will you find your way, or disappear trying? Will you rise to glory, or fade into obscurity? No one knows. Only time will tell.
All right, time will tell. We about to create a world. I went ahead and already have one created. I'm gonna do a private server, local. Got a little bit of the settings tweaked. We'll be able to progress pretty fast, so I can show you some of the key points about this game. This is a very complicated game. This thing is 2014 was when it officially released. I actually played the beta version during 2013 before it was even on Steam. Wait for this thing to populate. We're going to create a character, go through that. The graphics are fairly decent considering that this game was released in 2014. This particular iteration of the game has had 2 updates since that release. It's built on a proprietary engine created by a Russian developer. The Russian developer actually no longer owns the MMO. I wish they would have, before they lost the rights to the MMO, patched over some of the more advanced capabilities that the MMO has in the Life is Feudal your own. So we're loading the server. This is my favorite game of all time. I can never really stop playing this thing. No matter what comes out, no matter what I do, I always circle back to this same game over and over again. It's very tedious, very comprehensive. There's a lot to learn. So we're going to be smashing in a lesson every single time we're moving around, to be honest with you. Uprooting a stump, that's honestly as simple as that may seem. You play on a live server and you don't uproot your stump, it's going to bog down the server, especially if you have a lot of people on the server. That's a major issue. Still loading. Should be getting the character screen fired up here. This is the first time I've actually been into this server, so it's building it. Getting the character screen. alignment, so that's going to be equivalent to morality. I'll explain that more when we get in. That's really more or less applicable to like death and losing skill points, and even more applicable when you're playing on a server and you have other people playing with you. All right, now we got to the create new character screen. Hop right in here. It's not really complex. You only have several different options that you can choose from. We're probably gonna go with this space. I know that right off the rip. Can't use any numbers or asterisks in this. First name, we'll go with X85. Scroll on down. Eventually I will create a female character. However, I want to make my mining tunnels with my male. There's a height difference. That's going to affect us when we go into mining situations. Let's check out these voices.
You cannot hide. I see you.
Oh, we don't want to be Spanish.
You are a dead man.
Nor French.
You can run, but you cannot
I guess we're going to be
hide.
unnecessarily European in this context. All right. You got 3 different classes you can choose from. We're going to go with Gotlung. Slide down to the appearance. Head. See how many choices we got here. 3. Back it up. We're going to roll with this one. Facial features. Got tattoos on the face. Godsmack tattoo. Viking tribal tattoo. Celtic knot. Don't like that. That was a little too cultish. We'll run with the scar. I think there's one with a burn mark too. Oh, there it goes. That's actually pretty dope. All right. It's kind of too intense on the face, so we'll back it up to some of these scars right here. How about that? Keep our face pretty. All right, roll down. You got Justin Bieber style, old school ponytail, man bun situation. And honestly, I think that might be the one we roll with. Got 90s grunge. I don't like that beard. Ah, yeah, that's nice and tight. We're gonna go with that beard, hairstyle. Got a monk's cut. Long ponytail. I think we're gonna go with not Bieber. How about that? That looks good. Hair color, gonna slide on over to this. Skin color. Oh, these are skin tattoos. That dude's decked out. Actually, I inadvertently chose something I'm gonna roll with. We're gonna take that skin tone, drive it on over. Now we could randomize it. This is what I feel comfortable playing with. These are our attributes for our stats: strength, agility, constitution, willpower. Willpower is what going to be the amount of stuff that we can actually carry. I'm going to let these fall where they go as we play the game, because we'll have to tweak them as we get in it anyway. You can preset your attributes for your crafting skills and your combat skills. It's best to just figure out your gameplay style and then tweak and adjust as you're already in the game. So we're gonna call that done. Slide on over to play. Begin this. Let's hope we get a decent landing point, because there's a specific area I want to go on this map, and I'm going to be pissed off if I wind up in the south, because it's going to take us forever to get up there. Loading the server. All right, we in the server now. Let's see exactly where we left off. We got ported in. Where is my cursor? Ah, that's not too bad. We wound up over here on the top left-hand corner. That's pretty sweet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna attempt to make our way on this small hill here. We'll wind up in a very good area. We'll have to travel for some resources, but not a lot. We should start off also with some high quality things. We're gonna that I just turned on is your elevation key, because everything is fully terraformable. I'd be able to flatten all of this, including that mountain, if I wanted to put the time and dedication into it. I'm utilizing it to light up the ground so I can see. Now, as we're traveling this way, we're gonna go ahead and right click the ground. We're gonna look for some materials. Go ahead and get some things crafted, maybe a fishing pole, a fish on the way. We're gonna left click, look for materials. Get through this crafting cycle. Now we'll notice some items pop up around us. Sling ammo, flintstone. We're gonna need that. We're gonna left click it, grab it. Make sure your crosshair is actually pointing to the item, or you'll do your default action. We're gonna run right all the way into the water. Flintstone, we're gonna need that. Let's shift this down. Can't get that because I'm in a swimming animation. Grab these branches. Sweet. All I did is wind up looking for more materials. That's why it's critical to make sure that that cursor is on what you're trying to get, because if not, all you're going to do is reset the amount of materials you unveiled. Sling ammo, we don't need any sling ammo at the moment. A few more branches and then we'll be able to start creating some tools. Definitely have enough for a fishing pole right now. All right, let's tap I. Think we did indeed pick up some branches, or is that when I reset the materials? That was when I reset the materials. Grab this flintstone. We're going to use a lot of that in the beginning. We're going to need some branches. So right click the ground. I already have look for materials as my default action, and how I did that is if you go down to look for, slide on over materials and right click that, which makes it your default, so you can left click the ground without going into that menu. Just waiting for bruh to get through his crafting action. All right, now we opened up. We're gonna always pick up your fiber because eventually we're gonna start using a lot of this. You're gonna need stacks and stacks of it to make various things. All right, here we go. Right here, we got some branches on the ground. As we pick up these branches on the ground, it's gonna be related to our quality. Will be rendered by our skill in this nature's lure. 8, 9. You'll get in a range. Sometimes it'll be 3 points higher. You can never get it any higher in quality than your skill level is. So that's why we're going to keep grinding out the skill. That's going to affect the quality of tools that we're able to make. Think we're ready. Go back to I. Taking a look at this branch. The scales, we got a stack of 3, so each one weighs 2. The middle one is the star is the 13, which is your quality. And we got 3 of those, so we're gonna right click that, create a primitive tool, slide on down. Let's go with a primitive fishing pole first, craft, and we're just going to produce one. Mass produce is produce everything you can with what inventory you have. We only need one fishing pole at the moment. While we're in here, we can go ahead and knock out some of these other things that we know we're going to need. Go ahead and create an axe. Got plenty. We did wind up getting our fishing pole. That's right there. Now, we can right click to equip this and just click equip. Or you can hit P, pull up your character, and you'll see your inventory slots for all the various things you can wear. Primitive axe. I'm going to put that on the side slot. Those are going to relate to our hotbar here. Then while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to make this hotbar 0. Make it prayers. Because prayers actually work in this game. Going to slide down to this. And then this is actually this is matters. So we're going to hit 0. It may go through, it may not. All right, that right there, us praying is going to affect this. This can go up to 100. If you ever get below, I think it's -50, you're permanently a criminal on a multiplayer server. Then your tag will be red forever. And you keep your prayers up. When you die, you won't have a lot of skill loss. So we're gonna right click the water, fish, start bringing in some fish. Let him go through this action. Then we'll be able to post up somewhere, create a camp. All right. Now you'll see the quality is the star. Same thing here. With all materials, you're limited on what you're capable of doing based on your skill level. So right here, we'll hop back over to our crafting tab by hitting P and then selecting this tab. Hunting right now. So right now we're only going to be able to get fish between like 6 and 9. However, if we were say 100 level, that doesn't mean that every single fish we're going to get is going to be 100, but we can only now get anything that is 7 to 10ish. See, that's 5, 7, 5, 3, and 8. testing. So what I'm in is in F3. If you hit F3, that's your elevation measure. And actually, I'm using it to tweak visibility at night. You use this for when you start terraforming. All right. Now we're going to go into our inventory. Find our highest quality branch indicated by the star. Right now it looks like that's going to be 17. Right click that branch, create a primitive tool. Slide on down. What do we want? We want a saw, which we have now. Might as well go ahead and create a pickaxe and a shovel while we're at it. There's no guns in this game. This is medieval era. We haven't met the Chinese yet. All right. Now we're gonna go ahead and inspect this tree. Oh, that's a level 89. I'm not gonna cut that down. We'll wait for that. I'm gonna come back and gather the sprouts when my forestry skill is high enough to pull those sprouts off that tree. Inspect this. Level 7, that'll be all right for what we need. We're gonna cut it down. I was just looking at these tattoos. I've never rolled with this build before. Those aren't bad. All right, now here's what I was saying earlier. We need to uproot this. What that was that the system letting us know that we need to equip our shovel. We're gonna hit P. We're gonna drag this right on over to our back. Put this big ass stone shovel on our uproot. So our food hunger bar is dropping. The more we do, the faster it goes down. And what happened to my log? Oh, there it goes right there. So that's the reason why I hit F3 to light up the ground to help me in the dark. Really what this is your terraforming view. That way you can see the elevation. You can literally flatten everything by transferring soil from one side to the other. And if I wanted to, I could level out that mountain that's in front of me or behind me. And then at night, it would also benefit us to go ahead and create another primitive tool, which is going to be a torch. We're out of flintstone. We'll go ahead and uproot this, which was the original plan. So you'll bounce from one thing to another. You'll have all these side quests and then keep tangenting over and over again because everything is based on all these skills. Now we're about to saw out. We're gonna right click and then we're gonna saw out billet. But we don't have our saw attack. So we're gonna equip. Hopefully it removes the fishing pole. There we go. Saw out billet. Now we're gonna use these billets to put them into the campfire so we can cook the fish. Then we'll be able to get our hunger up and continue our journey on over to this area right here. And we should land on some high quality ore. High quality gypsum should be around in this area. We'll have to scoot around the map, zoom in a bit. And right here, these areas on the map, that's clay. So we'll have access to gold, silver, high quality trees. Some of the resources we will have to travel for, but it won't be too bad once we get in this area. We'll be able to progress pretty fast. Now, as you can see, every time we finish this crafting action, we get a litany of things that is going to carpentry skills going up. Strength skill, constitution. So we just got more points on our strength stat. And if you hit P, you'll see this is incrementally going up. And then it tells you what the advantage is for every single one of these. We should have enough now. So we'll spin around here, create a campfire. We're gonna right click the ground, create, camp, campfire, build, build. So now we're gonna be able to cook this fish. All right, it's gonna create a signpost, create a camp. I think that's the highest quality we got at the moment of branches. Put one more in there. Gonna build that out. All right, now we're gonna right click it. We're gonna add fuel. And the reason why I didn't want to use branches is the branches are gonna burn faster. And we're gonna need those branches so we can create some more tools, because we're gonna start breaking all of these primitive tools fairly quickly once we start getting into a good rotation. All right, this campfire has a weight capacity. Each one of these billets weigh 10, so we have it to the brim. I'm gonna split this stack by holding shift and clicking. Then you can enter your number manually or whatever you want, or you can use this slider scale. We only have 2, so splitting it in half. That way we can drop it in there if we need it. All right, we're gonna right click the fire now that it's on. Prepare food. Scroll on down to cod. We got 2 cod. We're gonna craft that. We're gonna mass produce, because if you do produce, that's just one rotation. What mass produce will do is it'll go through all the rotations that you got resources capable. All right. So now as we're cooking, we're on nature's lure, which will continue us down the farming path, advanced farming, and then advanced cooking. You'll get higher and higher recipes for a variety of things every time you go up each one of these tiers. And that's just all the tiers under cooking. All of these have their own individual tiers, individual recipes of stuff you'll unlock. At each tier, you get to do different things. Until you get to those, you'll never be able to do some things. All right, we're gonna mass produce this. Get this herring taken care of. Then we'll just keep walking it down. We'll cook all the fish that we got and then make our way right over there, and then we'll start posting up, get our base going. And then the higher our skill points go into this particular area of nature's lure, the higher quality food that we can produce. We're gonna mass produce that, but we only got one, so it's just gonna be one rotation anyway. All right, trout. We got 3 trout, mass produce those. Now, boy's gonna be eating. Try to keep my inventory somewhat organized. The benefit of the MMO is that you have sliders that have been introduced to organize your inventory by quality. All right, we're gonna put these by type. You can add mods into these, but it starts bogging down the game. Now, the thing we need to understand about this game, where first off we'll just distinguish that. I'm gonna take my billets back because this game is grindy as hell. We're gonna hit P. This food quality multiplier is what we want to get up. You will actually get penalized if you eat the same thing over and over and over again. So you want to make sure that your quality of your food is constantly improving, the complexity of your food is improving, and you want to cycle to something different every single time to be able to tick this number up. And I think this goes as high as 10, but we're going to go ahead and just double click that, eat, see how much it gives us. Boom. So the quality of that food, it only put a blip on that. We're gonna click this trout to go up a little bit higher. We're gonna eat fried herring, which is different. We just ate trout, herring. Oh, we had some salmon. Where did the salmon go? There we go. All right, eat this salmon. We're at 94. We can eat again. Eat herring this time. Ah, see? That went from 0.5 to 0.7. That's because we got a variety. We ate something different every single time. We're just going to leave that on the ground. Eventually, it'll decay out. So I'm going to hit F3, which is my elevation awareness. But I'm just using this to light up the ground so I can see, so I don't roll up on anything random. We're going to keep along the beach. Go back to our map. There we are. We're going to keep going around this bend until we get where we're going to build our base. But before we leave the beach, we'll just go ahead and fish again because our skills are going up. We'll have a higher quality fish now because our hunting skill was moved up when we were fishing earlier. And then now when we catch those fish, we'll cook even higher quality fish meals. I hate starting in the dark, but I am glad that I wasn't posted up in the south of the map. Being in the north is just my personal thing. I feel like you wind up with a lot better access to resources in a wide variety. These things are broken up in the regions, and there are regional resources, but most of the resources that you're going to need for early and advanced gameplay are going to be in the north, right there on that hill. So I've been playing this game since 2013 when it was in beta. It's something that I'll always cycle back to. Stam ran out. Every time we run out of stam, This is our hard stamina bar. It's going to keep going down, 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 which is going to impact our soft stamina. It's going to continue to go down faster and faster. The only way to fix that is to hit 9, sit your ass down, calm down for a minute, refresh, regroup, and then you'll see your hard stat will go back up, but your food will drain faster. So we all good there. Same thing for health. You have a hard health bar. You have a soft health bar. This hard health bar, as it decreases, the soft health won't heal past that until your hard health goes up. All right. We're at 95. We need to keep an eye on this so we can eat again. And the sun's coming up. Sweet. So this game is built on its own proprietary engine. It's not built on Infinity. It's not built on Unreal. And prior to the MMO being taken from the developers, it was a long, drawn-out, dramified court battle. They were working on another engine for Life is Feudal 2.0. I was told that they're still working on that. There's no other game that's like this anywhere. Not even remotely comparable, especially with this terraforming aspect. And then when we get to where we're going, you'll see what I'm talking about, and we're almost there. But prior to leaving though, we're gonna catch some more fish, get that hunting skill up. Then we'll start catching some rabbits, fish. We're gonna catch some fish right now. Rabbits and chickens. Then we won't have to run around for food. Just be right there at our base. Drop this fishing pole right here. Right click. So I have it already to fish as my default setting. All I got to do is left click by pointing to the water. All right, let's see. Now our hunting skills should be impacted. Should be going up every time it finishes this crafting cycle. You'll see whatever skill it's affecting, it'll go up. Boom. All right, our food quality multiplier drop. I need to try to get above 94 again. Exit that cycle. We're gonna eat this bread right here that came with us when we spawned in. That'll give us a little bit of variety. All right, 99. Fish again. All right, how is the game sound still too low? I can tweak it up a bit. Should go up a little bit now. Should be getting higher quality fish. Now we got quality 20, 15. So we must be around 20 on our skill. 14, 13. Go over to our crafting. Oh yeah. Hunting skills at 20. As soon as we hit 30, it'll open us up to animal lure, and then we'll be able to tame animals. Yeah, I tweaked the sound a little bit. It should go up a little bit more. Finish this crafting cycle. Then we're gonna stop looking like a savage and put on these clothes right here. In that cycle, equip this. This has no hypo effect. There's no temperature in this game. Your clothes only provide armor for like slashing, piercing, chopping, blunt, siege damage. All those are different combat. Like, for instance, in not playing with other players, if you get bit by a wolf, that's going to be slashing damage. I think bears have slashing and blunt. Run right on over here to this hill. You'll start to see some high quality resources. See what this oak tree is. Got 2 oak trees, 3 oak trees. 2 medium ones and 1 mature one. And I can inspect that and I'll show you. Visually there's a difference. So I did know that that was a medium. That's quality 1. This tells us all the resources we are capable of getting out of that. I don't want to mess with that right now. Inspect this one. 82. So that's pretty good. I would never cut this down. I need to get my forestry skill up so I can pull the sprouts off of that, and then I can have my own forestry program. Inspect that one. If it's around like 30 to 40, I will start using that for some of the stuff I need to do. Trying to get an assessment for what we got in quality of trees. That's 37. I'll go ahead and cut. Let's gather some branches. Our nature's lure skill should be up now from cooking. A little bit higher. Get us some higher quality branches when we start breaking these tools. I need to remember to get more flintstone. Then after I pull all these branches off, I'm gonna go ahead and chop this tree down, and I'm gonna carry the damn log with me right over where we're gonna build our base, which is somewhere along in here. Probably right here on this peak, we'll start terraforming it down, and I'll probably run my forest along the visual peak here. Can actually zoom in a little more. No. So we're down below 94 again. We want to keep that multiplier up. And every time we drop down past that, we're going to keep dropping. So eat salmon that time. Go ahead and cut this tree down. To be the last chop. No. Look. We're gonna sit here forever. Now, the cool thing about this game is my strength actually affects that. So the higher my strength goes, the more damage I do to the tree, the faster I'll be able to cut it down. The higher quality my tools are, higher quality materials I use, the higher quality my tools go. Whether it's primitive, metal, all that matters too. Everything is a substantial matrix in this game. Well, where in the hell? Right here. Shovel, we're gonna transfer the shovel over so we can get that stump up. If you leave a bunch of these in the server, it'll start bogging the server down because no new trees will be able to grow either. Then we're going to pick this log up and then we're going to roll out. We're going to throw it on our back. We're going to right click it, lift the object. Now we're going to carry it right over here to this peak. Get it in the general vicinity where we're going to post up. We're going to create some storage containers to get some of this weight off of it. Slowly but surely, we're going to get up here. Right to the top. Oh yeah. This is it right here. We'll put our monument right on this peak. But we'll start building our base area here. Drop this object. So you'll get all these axes that you can move it up, left, right, back, forth. And then you can continue to stack them. Like you could just stack wood here infinitely. Now, the real reason why you want to use F3 is you can see the elevation. So I think I'm going to build my base foundation. See what, because we are going to have to transfer, especially into this void here. Then I'll do a foundation, probably come off of this, down into this little crevice. See how far over. Might make a road down through here. Let's do 53.5 flattened. So that's rock. I can tell by the texture of it. See what we're going to transfer. 53.4. That'll be our flattened tiles. 53.5. So we'll get this down to 53.4. Right click it. I'm going to lower the ground. You see my default task is set at look for materials. We did that earlier. I'm going to hover over lower ground. Right click. Lower ground. So I'm going to get that down to 53.4. Then we'll put pavement on it and that'll put us at 53.5. Then that'll be our foundation. So now I got soil. I'm going to transfer the soil to another tile. I can drag and drop this onto this tile over here. Let's say this one. But it's only going to use increments of 30 from the soil and only go up 1/10 of a point. However, at its foundation, the mechanics allow you to go up 1/10 for every 15. So I like to bust this up into multiples of 15 as pro tip. And then they also have mods for like auto splitters and all that, because it gets very, very tedious. The MMO is damn near brutal. I think the people that developed this game certainly were masochists, and the people that love to play it are sadists. Actually, reverse that. Maybe they're all those things. .4. I could imagine what this code looks like. We're going to transfer some more dirt from this side. But I don't think I'll wind up making that 50. We may go upward slope here so we don't have to take down this whole entire peak. It's going to be a lot of work. And we did craft a pickaxe. I was pretty sure we did. Ah, no, we were out of flint. That's what we needed. We'll look for materials. Go through this cycle. We'll get us some more materials. Create a pickaxe. Start getting us some stone. Pave it. Which we're going to need a hammer. Pound it in. Flintstone. Fiber. Flintstone. Fiber. Got some branches. Which right now we have plenty of those. Need to focus on flintstone. I don't see any. No more. Oh, there's some right there. Should be enough to get us where we need to be. We already created a saw and that was a substantial amount. Create primitive tool. Pickaxe. Got enough now. Produce that while we're at it. We'll post up on this. We need one more flintstone to create that hammer. Look for materials while we got the hammer on the brain. Ooh. Now as you can see, our stat points are going up, our skill points are going up. Every single action we do in this game is going to result in some kind of influence on a skill or a stat until you max them or cap them. Flintstone. All right, now we can make our hammer. We'll go back. Create a primitive tool. Hammer. Produce. All these things are interconnected. So I needed the pickaxe. We're gonna hit P. Needed the pickaxe so we could get some stone. I needed the hammer to beat the stone into the ground. I'll find a area where we can just use it only for stone. I don't want to have any high quality stone. I need to inspect it. 35, that's not bad. That's okay. That's not really high anyway. So we'll start here. We'll remember our tiles and where we are. So that's 39.7, 38.7. See, I don't want to be in that way because I'm actually going to make a road and I don't want my mining tunnel to be in the way. 26, this is even better. I'm just putting this on the ground. I don't need anything high quality. So we're going to dig tunnel downward. I got it as my default action. I need to keep an eye on this. I keep forgetting about it. Copper ore. Copper ore is pretty much useless here. Yeah, I think you make one thing in this game with copper ore that even matters, and that's still really irrelevant after a certain point. So all I'm going to do with that copper ore is I'm just going to drop it out of my inventory. I don't need that. It's about like a penny. It's completely useless. So we're getting micro amounts, and the amounts that we do get are going to pertain to, again, the quality of the tool and our stat point. strength's going up. Constitution is going to affect our health. Our health bar will gradually increase. We got 7 rock, 7 copper. I need a minimum of 30 rock for 1 tile for my foundation. That's why we need to get the metal tools as soon as possible. Not copper ore. I'm just going to dip that down the mountain. It's going to slide right on down behind me. Show you. We can go to our inventory. I need to create a crate to get this chaos under control. Right here behind this food. See, 49. I'm just going to drop it out, drag and drop. Going to dump it out. And quantities of 30. Oh, it didn't slide. Oh, there it went. Keep working on this. Try to build up our amount of stone that we have. Our strength will continue to go up when we hit 94 again on our hunger bar. Gonna increase that. Try to use something different this time. Think I ate salmon last time. We'll check out this herring. All right. Slowly but surely. As our mining skill progresses, we'll eventually be able to see the health of this tile and know when we're gonna break it. This ain't Minecraft. This ain't a game that you play if you don't have patience and you're not willing to learn. And it depends on what server you play on. If you play on the MMO, it's gonna take you to a whole new level that you'll probably wind up quitting because it is brutal. The progression, this progression is tweaked a bit, but not to a point that you get to end game too quick. I love this game because of the cumulative development, and you can literally see what you're doing and appreciate what other people have done. And without playing this game, there's no way that you would be able to look at somebody's base and what they have and appreciate it unless you've actually played this game for a while. So we're gonna go back to our tiles that we dropped down to 53.4, which are here. Now that we have our hammer equipped, we're gonna go to build stone road. That's gonna take 30 of this rock automatically. Then we're gonna need to equip our shovel because I'm gonna start flattening it out. And I forgot to drop that copper. We're gonna spin around. In order to flatten a tile, you need to make sure that the tile that you are standing on is at the same level of the one you are trying to flatten, or it won't flatten. All this would do is automatically add whatever you had to level it up, but it won't be paved. It'll just drop the rock because we don't have any soil. Hell, it might even drop the copper. All right, now they're both paved and they're both at 53.5, so we can hit P, go to I, find our shovel, slide that over, equipped it. Now we got it equipped. Use shovel, flat ground. Now it's going to be nice and flat. What this does is it allows you, one, to build buildings on it, and two, you will actually run faster with stuff that's paved. Then it depends what you pave it with, whether it's granite, slate, pavement. We're going to flatten this now. Then we'll be able to put another tile here. Build stone road. And then I'll show you what skills we're affecting here. Our artisan's gonna go up. It's already unlocked construction. So we're gonna get our construction points here, right here. Our willpower is going up. Eventually we'll be able to carry more and more. Our base amount here on our inventory will go up. We're gonna flatten this out, and then the next thing we're gonna create is a crate. We need to get all this crap off of us. I can't stand having unorganized inventory. We're gonna go to create. We can't create because we gotta have our saw equipped. When we get a metal saw, we'll be able to put it on our hip and not have to use our back slot. Until then, we're gonna carry this 350-pound stone saw like a savage. Create furniture, crate, build. Slide over here so you can see that. That's where I want it. I'm just gonna build it right here. It's gonna create the signpost that we're gonna fill in, create it, but we're gonna need boards. That's why we brought this ahead of time. I try to be as efficient as I can. As brutal as this game is, I try to think ahead, and every single time I make a move, that is always for something I'm eventually going to do, and I know that I'm gonna need shortly. So we would create furniture, however, we don't have any boards. We're gonna install them out here. And then pro tip is we can create, slide this over, install out a board, or you can hover right here and then select it as a default action. Now, as the boards drop in my inventory, I'm going to be able to just drag them over or hold control and click them right on into. Oh man, I'm overburdened. Yeah, I got too much stuff in my inventory. It's already, there it goes. Wait. What I did is hold down control and then left click it. It'll go straight over in the resource bin for the crate. Still forgot to keep an eye on my hunger. Click that on over. We need 3 more boards. Then we'll be able to manifest our crate. Hold left control, left click that over. We need 2 more boards. One more. Alright, gonna escape this action and turn around here to go ahead and build that out. Back up. Alright, we're gonna build that. All right, now we got a good game plan. We got the crate set up. Get this inventory out of our pack. Hold down left control and then left click all of these materials in here. I really need to create another crate. We're going to have this one filled up quite quick. And I don't want to stack these things because they're all different qualities. And if you hold down Alt and click, it will automatically stack everything that's of the same type. But then you're going to kill your quality and it's not even going to average it out. Probably going to go ahead and just create another crate as well. Don't want to hit the Windows key. I want to hit Control. All right. Try to keep this manually organized here. Separate it. We have 150 availability for stones to go in that. We're gonna drop these in there. Now we're starting to clean up our inventory. Any MMORPG you play, you're gonna always have to manage your inventory. That's one of the most critical things. We're gonna ditch this copper. We don't need that. We'll create another crate real quick, put our food in it. Go right click the ground, create a camp. Oh, that's camp. I don't want a bark box. Create furniture. Crate. Build. And then the cool thing about this game is once we create this crate, we'll be able to lift the object and then stack them up. And we could stack them up as high as we wanted to in any order of fashion. Then while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna go ahead and ditch this copper off. Dump this down. Take the whole stack, drag it out. Eat while I'm at it. Sliding on down. See what type of variety we got here. Kind of minimal. We'll eat this again. Start sawing out. Let's see how much wood we actually have left in this thing. Inspect it. 150, we'll be able to get enough boards out of this to finish it. Open this menu. Turn. And what I'm doing is accessing the crafting menu for the crate, and then I'll hit tab. Tab again. Now I can saw out a board and then just automatically transfer it from my inventory instead of having to do it manually by opening up each individual menu. Click it over again. Food's dropped down again, but I'm gonna finish sawing out these boards before I eat again. Hold left control, left click. With both inventories open, we can just drop them right on in instead of having to install the whole stack and leave it in our inventory. 2 more and then we'll have that. We'll eliminate this fish out of our inventory. Then get back to... Actually made 2 fishing poles. All right, 1 more board and we're straight. Got it. Transfer that over. Try to keep variety in our diet. There we go. Now we'll build this out. Now, we've eliminated our issue with inventory. We're not weighed down as much. Then we'll terraform a few more tiles. I might even go ahead and run and go get some clay right now. I have enough food to last me. I am going to have to run over. It is daytime. I don't want to do that at night. Just click all this out. What I'm doing is I'm holding down left control and left clicking. Do not hold down alt and click because it'll stack. Then you're going to ruin your quality. I don't have an auto sorter mod on this, so I'm going to do it manually. Line these up by type. Now we're gonna go ahead and go get some clay. Now clay on the map, it's gonna take us a little bit to get there. We're gonna have to trek it across here. This slit, that slit. I know there's a slit right here of clay. We might just go this way. Boom, straight that way. Check it out. Along the way, we'll go ahead and acquire some of our other skills. We'll stop and I'll demonstrate some other things that we can do. We already kind of went over being able to inspect trees, seeing what quality they are, knowing what you got around you. Like I would come back once my nature's lure gets up and then we open up forestry. We're almost to 30. Then farming is going to open up. We can gather wild plants. We'll start gathering wild plants to get that to 30 so we can unlock gather and sprout on our forestry. Inspect this. Level 9. See. Look for materials. I just realized I don't have a sickle. And here soon we're gonna unlock being able to start gathering wild plants. Then we'll need to work on that. Rant. Gonna get that fiber. I think I'll be able to pray. I got that on hotbar 0. Work on getting our alignment up. Nope. Pray with greater fervor. Alright, there's a pig. Now you ain't gonna just run up as a boar. We're not gonna just run up on that and start killing it or taming it. That's not how this game works. Although I don't think my primitive tools will even take it out. Stay away from that. The sows are not aggressive, but the boars are. Just conveniently move over here to find our materials. Then before we start gathering them, I'm going to eat again to keep this above 94. Right in front of flintstone, which is something we're going to need. I don't want any sling ammo. Fiber is important always. We need to create some shoes here soon. Primitive boots to help us run faster. This is the string of resources right here. More flintstone. I don't even want that. That'll make a shitty sickle. See what this tree is right here. We'll grab a branch off of it. Oh, hell yeah. Gather the branch. And then we'll just dump this one out of our inventory. We don't need that. Keep gathering until we're done. As of right now, our nature's lure, we're hovering around 30. So by the time we make this sickle, we'll be able to. I'm hitting P. We're going to go to our crafting tab. We got it. We just opened up being able to gather wild plants. I'll show you what that looks like as soon as we finish gathering all these branches off of here. Now, even though this tree was a quality, 85, I'm only able to acquire within like a 3-point range of my skill. The level is 31 for my nature's lure. Now look at the quality of this. We got plus 3 points on that, so we can't really get anything higher. However, if we were a level 85, we'd be able to get the 85 branches off here. But right now, this is the highest quality branch we have. We're going to make our sickle. Go ahead and craft that, produce. And then we're going to drop this out of our inventory. I don't need this low quality. Eat something different this time. Oh, we're at 95. I thought we should be at 94 by now. Grab that. Now we're gonna reset this by looking for wild plants. All right, now we're ready, but we need to hit P. We're gonna swap out our hammer and sickle. You could just right click and do equip, but I wanted to specifically select the hammer. We got P's. So now we're working on our farming crafting skill right here. We want to get this to 30 so we can start gathering sprouts from forestry, trying to be efficient on our journey to get clay. Going to get the clay so we can build a furnace. Oh, we got some wheat. We're below 94 on our hunger bar. Gonna eat again. try to keep this stat multiplier as high as we can get it. Probably gonna hover around 7, 6, 7 right now with the type of food we have. Carrots. See where we are on hunting, because I might be able to get that boar here in a minute. I need to get 4 more points on that. Be able to tame it by getting these. I think mushrooms work on that. I like them truffles. Potatoes. And then you legit have to plow the ground, and then quality is another matters there too. And then your soil fertility will go down after every harvest. And then all of the manure that you collected from your animal husbandry, you have to use that to fertilize. Onion. We're dropping all those in here, and then we would be able to plant those when we get back. But one thing at a time, we got to stay focused on this clay. We'll keep moving this way, and we'll wind up right at it. All right, cool. So we're actually working on a whole new branch now, which is farming. Our main goal is to get here, and then we're gonna start our forestry program, and then selectively plant the trees that we want with the highest quality, and they'll be close to us. All right, now we're just gonna keep running, and then periodically I'll just randomly select trees just to keep an eye out for any extremely high quality trees to come back with gather the sprout. 84, that's pretty good. So it's right here by this marsh. You can't miss an oak tree. $56. Nah. Keep on running. So we got a fresh start here. We're starting from bare bones. I have tweaked these server settings slightly, not to a point that you get to end game rapidly, but enough to make the game comfortable and fun. Figure since I was playing it anyway, I just stream it. It's an old game, very little interest in it. Hell, even on the MMO now, I think there's only like 400 people that play it, maybe on average, every day. 54. Then once we get unlocked that forestry skill by getting our farming to 30, hopefully we'll have that up by the time we come back. We can randomly pick out some of these, get our skill level going up on forestry to get to the point where we can get the 80 quality sprout. But with elm and, or is it maple and oak, you can't get those until you're like level 90 in that anyway, because that's a substantial game changer. There's a lot of quantity of wood and a high quality oak. And the reason why this game is probably not so popular is that you got to have patience, and the progression is going to be very incremental. Hell, even despite with these tweaked settings, it still takes a long time. But you have to enjoy the game for the sake of enjoying it. Loose rock. Inspect. 40. Over here to this mountain, I'll show you another resource as well. So you got rock salt, you got gypsum, you got lime. Is there lime in this game? I can't remember. But we do have one right over here. We're gonna inspect this. I'll show you what it is. Pretty sure it's gypsum. Inspect. Oh, it's marble. So marble. We can pave with marble as well. What's going on down here? Loose marble. Yep. So what we're trying to do now is hit these slits of clay along this. Then we'll take that back to the base and then we'll be able to build a furnace. Trying to keep an eye out in my peripherals to make sure I don't run up on a bear or a wolf. And I'm trying to listen because you can hear them before you even run up on them. So I just went into a different region. Sleeper's Tongue. Each region has different resources. I just chose a region where the bulk of our resources that we're going to need for early and advanced gameplay, they're already up there. I don't mind traveling for clay. Booyah. So ideally you would want so we can see the differentiation in the tiles. Inspect to try to get the highest quality materials that you can find, because it'll affect your crafting stations. And it looks like more than likely most of this is going to be 10. Ten. Just randomly sampling it. There are a few more slits over here. I mean, we ran all this way. I at least want to get something mid-range. No mid. It's actually hard to find high quality clay. The last time I went on the right side of the mountain, I immediately found some fairly decent clay. It's even lower. Well, good thing is there's quite a few slits over here. We may just have to settle for 10. That's fine. We're very early stage of the game anyway, so it's not as critical. But I'd rather not build it and it break down, because the durability will matter. as you're crafting, every time you craft something off of a crafting station, it's going to continue to reduce its durability. Then you have to repair it. So we're just inspecting the ground. I don't know that we're going to find anything higher than 10. Yeah, that pisses me off. Try one more slit. Then we're going to go back. Take what we can. Well, I think we should just cut our losses, take the 10, possibly try later on the right side of the mountain. This is pretty low. Yep. All right, we're going to use our shovel, which is not equipped currently. We're going to equip it. Lower ground level. I don't want to be completely overburdened because it's going to slow us down. I don't need a whole lot. I think I only need maybe 100. $120. I think that's gonna have us walking slow. For sure. So we can bust this up in the series of 20s. But I gotta take 100. Walking back very slowly. We can continue our wild plant search. Check out this skill. We're about halfway there before we unlock being able to get sprouts from hazel and junipers, which suck. Really, we want to get forestry to 30 so we can get at least birch and spruce that'll cover us in hardwood, softwood. Forgetting that food. Keep our stat multiplier, quality multiplier up on our food and try to keep a variety. Got some wheat here. We keep getting this. Try to be as efficient as possible. No, we don't want to dig. Gather that potato. Farming is about halfway through. Keep trucking it this way. More like muling. Quality 10. I don't know why I felt like I was just gonna possibly run across something with a higher quality. Keep working on that farming skill. Look for some wild plant while we're on the way back. Wheat. Eat again. Yet again. Now. Potatoes. The very early game stage of this game sucks. It's brutal. Torturous. But once you get past this initial stage and it starts to be cumulative and your development gets faster and faster and you get the higher tiers faster. But those early tiers are very hard to get. To where you can at least be efficient. Apple trees. We're gonna have to keep an eye on those. We'll need apple trees to get apples so we can tame a horse. Inspect that. 83. But I can gather those. That'll put a little more variety in our diet. You see this diamond here? That means +1. I'm gonna cycle through the crafting or pulling apples once. I wanna click that to where it's infinite apples, and it'll pull everything that I would think had 8 apples. So we'll pull them 2 at a time. That's going to be related to our nature's lure skill, which we're working on that, getting it higher. So even though this tree is like in the 80s, if our skill was at that level or higher, we would get that. Quality 34. But at least we got apples now. And now we can eat that. That'll open up variety in our diet. You cannot eat anymore. You're above 94. Is that a mature tree? We're gonna gather. Just make that the default action for every apple tree we see. Nothing. Making our way back home. Now that we got the clay, we can make metal tools. There's plenty of ore where we are already. Now it won't take us long to progress further and further. This will be what? No more to forage. Huh. Must not be apple season anymore. Oh, there, that one's got some. Trying to keep an eye out for any random animals. And honestly, I was hoping to be to a point where we could tame that boar on the way back. And I guess we theoretically could if I keep stopping and gathering wild plant. And we're going to make sure that we eat again. Get this hunger bar up. Keep that multiplier as high as it possibly can be. Didn't see any wild plant. Potatoes. See how far we gotta go. Long, grueling walk. Eventually, once we have a horse, we'll be able to be on a horse while we're overburdened and run down. But then still yet, if we need to get it a large amount of inventory, then we'll be able to build a cart that we can connect to the horse and take the whole cart. We get into this clear and I'm going to look for some more wild plant. Look for wild plant. Try to keep an eye on our peripherals to see what pops up. About to drop these. That's what I'm about to do. Dump those and dump these. Dump that. Ah, so close. $31. All right, now we should be moving better. Hell yeah. Now we have enough clay and we can move without being drugged down. Just add it back. Just barely over. Need to take something with substantial weight off. Eat an apple. So this is tenths of % off. We don't need to do any more farming on the way back. Get in our full sprint. Keep going north. Should hit our base. Almost there. No more stopping and no more deviation. This creature. Haven't seen any wolves this whole entire time. Nor have we seen any bears. Only animal we've seen is that what pheasant-like creature and a boar. This is a new server, so it's populating. We should see more and more animals the longer we play. Up to 100 can spawn in. Oh yeah, we're getting there now. So once we create a furnace, then we're going to have to create a forge and an anvil. But to create all that, we're going to have to continue our foundation. It's getting to a point where I'm going to here shortly take a break. And then we'll pick up and continue possibly tomorrow. I'll build the forge and the anvil. We'll have to go back. Ah, there's that boar right there. Yeah, we'll have to go back and acquire some more clay. We'll have to build a form for the anvil. We'll go get some water. We'll mold the form. Oh boy, taproot. I wonder where we are on the hunting skill. We haven't opened this up yet. Now we could go fish real quick. That would open it up. I don't have any inventory to put him in. I need to put him in a warehouse until I could build a barn to put his big ass in. All right, finally we back to our base. Bam. Need to get all this inventory off of us. Kind of see what we got here. Gonna eat again. Try to keep this stuff organized. So now we'll be able to start a garden and reproduce this stuff and increase the quality of what we got it from in the wild. So again, the star is the quality. That's level 4. That has more to do with our skill level than anything else. We got plenty of wheat seeds. Got us some peas, carrots, grapes. Then we'll keep these apples over here. Eventually we'll need plenty of apples to tame a horse. We have our clay. I think we'll put our furnace here. Build simple construction crafting item. Furnace. We only needed 60 clay, so that works out. Oh, the hammer is not equipped. Forgot we removed it for our sickle. Look in this inventory, get this fiber off of us. Crafting furnace, build that. Then just wait for boy to get through the pounding into this form. Build simple construction, so we were gonna need some of that. We'll drop that in there. Pound those resources in. Look in this inventory. Try to find the highest quality fiber that we have. $30. So we need 10, 13, 10, That's 5. Here, we'll just roll this. Stop stressing it. And I thought I got some water. If not, we'll run down to the water, gather some. Nah, I didn't. So what I was doing is I was holding left control and then left clicking them straight into it. Now we'll build that in. We'll grab our water, fish a little bit, come back, construct this, put the fish up, make sure our inventory is straight, and then probably end on that note. Then I'm just going to drop this conveniently on the ground to the side. But before I do that, I'm going to pick this up right here and move it out of the way. We're going to lift object. And then we're going to stack these crates right here. So I'll move on my axis here to get them perfectly aligned. And then we'll just stack this one on top. Move to the side so I can see if it's lined up right. Front to back. Place. Boom. Now that gives us a tile here. I want to drop this clay. That'll reduce our inventory and we'll stop running around overburdened all the time. Oh, we got a potato. And that wasn't even great. That irritates me. Drop it again. There we go. It makes my brain feel better. All right. Put this fiber in here. Now we're gonna run down to the water. We'll do some fishing down here to work on our hunting. And honestly, we might be able to go ahead and tame that pig, that boar. I don't really want to get it because it's going to be stuck in my inventory. I have nowhere to put that thing. You have to store those in a warehouse until you want to use them for animal husbandry purposes. When you get a pair, you can breed them. They aren't just out and about. That was the only thing about this game that's not necessarily advanced. They come in as like paper ticket, and then you stick them into barns, and then you have a whole entire another menu that you'll go through. They aren't physically out in the game, but considering the amount of mechanics this game has to bear, I could imagine that makes it even more difficult. Because the terraforming on this alone is substantial. But then again, I'm not a programmer. We're gonna go put our fishing pole back on. But what we need to do is get water. We know we need a minimum of, I think it was 20. So we'll gather this water. And then I'll get a little more than 20. That way we'll have it, because we're going to have to also mold the anvil for the forge. What is all that about? Get water. All right, we officially have enough for our forge. Probably gather just a little more. Then we'll fish while we're already down here. so we can get back to having a variety of stuff to eat in our inventory. See what our food multiplier is at right now. It's at 0.7. I figured that that's where it was gonna kind of plateau from what we had it originally at 0.5 until we get a larger variety. Our quality is necessarily going to increase now, but we need more resources, meat specifically. All right, we'll go with a nice round number of 50 on the water. Then we'll fish, go back, finish our furnace, then probably end the session. Fish. Well, I'm gonna end that because I want to make sure that we get the highest amount of XP off of this by being fully stated. Pull up the menu P. Here are your tabs. So these would be our combat skills. We haven't even gotten into this, but for hunting we will use the ranged line so we can get to the light crossbow. I like to use the arbalist. Where is the arbalist? $90. Maybe. Oh, there we go. $27. All right, so we're entering the quality 30 range for our fish. That means our dishes are going to go higher. Now we can actually tame. Get any recipes with that? No. So we can create a coop, trap some rabbits, chickens. But that circles back to needing the furnace to forge an anvil, because we're going to have to make bands, we're going to have to make nails, we're going to have to make metal tools. One thing at a time. Farming is at 20. We want to get to 30 so we can unlock gathering the sprouts and start our own free farm. All right, we're done with that. We're gonna go ahead and go back to the base, finish out that furnace in this session. That gives us a fairly decent start. When we come back, I'll go ahead and build out the forge and anvil. We'll start producing some metal tools. Almost back to the base, just above this peak. Here we go. Build simple construction. We're gonna put our water in, build that out. Now we'll have our furnace, and we literally are standing on iron ore. We got high quality iron ore right on the surface, which was a substantial find. This little hill's full of it. Which right now, high quality won't matter to us because our skill level will just reduce it down anyway, but we'll focus on getting some of the lower quality material first before we move into anything high quality. All right, I appreciate you joining me. This is D3ltaX85, and we're going to go ahead and end this session. I'll see you guys later. Appreciate it.